Hey people, Infantry 53 Faction War. This is Argus Desert Gate and Eldar versus Tyranids for the blue Eldar team. Where is he gone? There he is, Ben 1993 with a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that can leap into combat, some powerful disruption and support alongside Adila and the Farseer, support hero that fights in melee combat, some powerful buffs and control abilities, and Lindonin's Warp Spider Exarch rounds off the team, a teleporting hero that fights in ranged combat by default, great for capping and harassing with some powerful control abilities. Looks like he's grabbed the eastern side already, or he's going to try to. Red team, triple Lictor Alpha. We've got Brawler, we've got the Tenso with triple Hormagaunts up already, and Arseman, also known as Hunter. These guys are melee specialists that infiltrate and disrupt, some powerful offense and a bit of support too. This guy's going to wait for the Farseer to get on the power. Flesh Hook. Oh, teleported just the right time. Teleporting gives you a few seconds of knockback immunity, so it wasn't pulled in there. Don't think the Farseer is going to be so lucky. Nope. Just gets left on the ground there. So, they need Rangers to spot the Lictors, but I think they should get Shurikens first. Shurikens are much better at stifling the aggression early on, but they're going to struggle. I mean, Adila does have Banshees because they're going to get Raveners too. Raveners are going to burrow in, and then what? What can you do about it? Got to really try to separate. It can be tough though in a 3v3. You don't get a huge amount of space to work with all the time. Yeah, so they're gonna pour through here. There's not a whole lot they could do about it. No grenades, no shurikens this early, of course. Farseer gets a good special. Banshees in the backline is doing some work. Oh, those are adrenal gland Hormagaunts. Those are a risky fight for the Banshees. They need specials here. Oh, that's a good special. Twirly-whirly move. I think they're going to kill him, and there's guide up from the Farseer. They're going to kill him, but are they going to get away afterwards? They finished them off, but I don't think they're going to get away. These are unupgraded Howling Banshees, though. I think that's a decent trade, you know. I think that's a decent trade. Adrenal gland Hormagaunts for your Banshees. Are they going to be replaced, though, by Adila? Because they need to get Rangers and a Shuriken now. There's the Rangers. Looks like Lindonin's going Shuriken first. Ben went Rangers first. They're a little bit more isolated on the west side, so it makes sense maybe that they want their detector up first. Flesh Hook on some Banshees, who briefly went for the decap. Now they're going to fight him. They're going to fight this Lictor. They should do pretty well. All those power melee attacks going in on a low-level hero. Some good specials too. Knocking him all over the place, but here come more Hormagaunts. Need to back off. In the mid, meanwhile, Rangers getting shots in. These guys are kind of support snipers. Good burst damage from range. Oh, those were Dire Avengers being wiped there, I think. Good burst damage from range with the ability to knock back from long range too. Can also infiltrate their allies. East side, oh, Termagants wiped for Brawler. Brawler's Termagants there. Going to get onto the power, are they? They're shooting barrels at the moment. There we go. Shoot the power node, fellas. Webway going up from, I assume, Adila over here. Might be a little bit close to stuff. I think back here might have been better. The Warrior Broods are going to spot it. Speaking of Warrior Broods, here's the Tensos. And Hunter has some too. Start off in melee with power melee weapons. And a nice little leap into combat. But I figured we'd see a Barb Strangler. Maybe not. Triple Hormagaunts into the Warrior Brood for the Tenso. Brawler. We're replacing the Termagants with some Raveners. And why not? Yes, well, there's not a whole lot they can do about this. The Shuriken is too far up. Got caught on the flank. Should have been further back there. We're trying to cover for the Power Bash. Rangers. This is Adila's Rangers, is it? No, this is Lindonin's Rangers. And Adila does have the Shuriken out now. So with Rangers and Shuriken each, maybe they can stabilize this east side. Still going to be tough, though. Especially if we see another Ravener Brood. They don't have the Banshees there to counter-initiate those guys. And all the Hormagaunts streaming in afterwards. Oh, we do see the Barb Strangler for the Tenso. Grenade. A decent grenade on those Termagants. And then they duck inside of the webway. And that webway is going to be taken out. West side. More Tyranid pressure. They're so good at this early on. No sign of an immolator for Ben. They've gone for the Shuriken. I'm not sure if the Dire Avengers that went down had their aspect. Would have been a big loss if they did. Termagants here with Toxin Sacks for Hunter. Also up for Brawler. What about the Hormagaunts in general? Hunters do have adrenal glands. None of the Tensos and Brawlers do not have it either. Okay. Can they make this work? The double shurikens are here. The double ranges are here. Caught out in the open, no needing to back off. But once they do back off, they should be okay. That was a really good Barb Strangler shot. And the Burrow Strike to follow it up. They need to try to separate a little bit more. But they got a Synapse Explosion. Warriors and Raveners off the field, and they do deal with the Hormagaunt Swarm. Power goes up. They need that power. Need to get on this side and stabilize like hell. And then Adila can take the Dire Avengers and go messing around in the mid and stuff. Termagants trying to stand their ground. Hormagaunts here probably just back away, yeah. Termagants took tons of damage. We have the heavy gauge Death Spinner and the improved targeters for Lindonin. The heavy gauge Death Spinner to counter the Lictor Alphas. There's a Flesh Hook. Did he die? Yeah, he died. Lictor Alpha got to level 3, in fact. They're on the power with Shuriken support. Where's the other one? Yeah, the other one needs to stay back. Saw what happened last time. They just came up the stairs and dealt with this whole thing. The Shuriken's going to be a little bit too far forward for me. This is really aggressive from the Eldar. Was not expecting this. Yeah, and that Shuriken got caught. Look, needed to be a little bit more defensive there, I think. This one's still in play, though. Farseer did a big spiritual rights heal and then ran away for some reason. That's a bit weird. Another big Barb Strangler shot. Hormagaunts getting in. The Lictor Alpha, I think, is going to go down. Yes, but should get revived from there. This Shuriken's in the garrison. Could be a huge risk. Grenades going in. Gets rid of the Hormagaunts. Didn't do much damage, though. This guy can now get out of the garrison. And they're still on the power. Well done, Lindonin. Is this all Lindonin stuff? No, this is Adila stuff. Yeah, very similar color schemes. Both white. Oh, the Warlock went down over here. Do you have the Immolator or anything? I don't think so. 426 to 442. Tyranids right back on the Western VP. Warlock looking for an angle. Looks like they found it. The Ravener's just slithering into melee. Didn't even need to Burrow Strike. Did take a bunch of damage though. You guys gonna chuck a grenade? Nope. Shuriken goes for the garrison, then thinks again. Down goes the Warp Spider. A little bit sloppy there, but they do get away with most of their stuff. And the Farseer can revive the Warp Spider just using her Spiritual Rights heal from the Spirit Stones, I believe. That's still something that could happen. Don't think they removed that. So Tyranids will retake the eastern side. I think the Eldar should have been a little bit more defensive there. They went hard for the Power Bash. And I didn't really get it, I don't think. Red team are tier 2. In fact, here comes a Tyrant Guard for the Tenso. Might need some Dark Creepers up to respond to that. Ouch. Hormagaunts in retreat path, chewing through some Dire Avengers. Those were Ben's. No, those were Lindonins, not Ben's. 426 to 405. More power bashing. Hormagaunts nom nom nom. With a capillary tower up. Then is making some progress on the west side. Warlock's back to his feet. No war gear yet. But they're harassing his power now and then. Lindonin with another Guardian weapon team before going tier 2. Adila goes, Ben goes. Hormagaunts on their VP. Venom Brood on the way. Another Tyrant Guard for Brawler. What is this? It's the Toxic Cysts. Don't think they're going to see it here though. Also has the Scything Talons. Lictor Alpha, oh, I was going to say barely gets away, but nope, Rangers had other ideas about that. The Eldar did get back to this east side quite quickly, you know. And they're setting up again. Got some shields going. Got the Rangers, got the Shuriken, I think in a better position now. You need that safety net to back up to, kind of thing. Tyrant Guard for each player. Here's Brawlers, so they're going to see it soon. Warp Spider's on the way for Adila. Lictor Alpha jumping on some Dire Avengers, absolutely terrifying with his deadly jump war gear. And look at the damage from the Hormagaunts. And the Flesh Hook finishes them off. Painful. Adrenal glands for both of the Hormagaunt broods now. 373 to 401. Doing some good damage, you know, to the Tyrant Guard at close range with the Shuriken. It's got super heavy infantry armor, so it can shrug off piercing damage, but getting that close to a Shuriken, you're going to take huge amounts. This is Lindonin's one, and Lindonin has another all the way back there. It's moving up a little bit. Meanwhile, those guys scrambled for the garrison. Did a hell of a lot of damage to this Tyrant Guard. Now it goes into shield wall though. There's not a lot they can do about that. Looks like Adila went for Dark Creepers instead of the Warp Spiders, perhaps in response to seeing the Tyrant Guard. These guys have plasma weapons. These missile launcher things they have, which do a huge amount of damage, as you can see, to a Tyrant Guard. That was just those guys shooting, and it took like a quarter of its health. 373 to 393. Those guys do get out of the garrison safely, maybe. This guy might need to shield wall. Looks like he's going to charge away and probably be okay. Tyrant Guards took a lot of damage. That was kind of a little bit encouraging, maybe, even though they got pushed off. They dealt a lot of damage to the Tyrant Guard. Meanwhile, west side, Falcon is up for Ben. We have Warp Spiders for Lindonin. And the Falcon needs to keep on moving. Cannot stop moving. Tyrant Guards have heavy melee, and this Warrior Brood now with Adrenal Glands has heavy melee. Shuriken needs to move. Just massive amounts of pressure here. Can they kill one of the Warrior Broods? Almost. They have to retreat at least. Oh! They took out the Tyrant Guard. That was a haywire grenade from the Warp Spiders to finish it off. That was a decent win, but tier 3 now for the Tenso. 369 to 374. The other one's gone into shield wall. Oh, rather, oh, there it is. That's the one that she went shield wall. We have another Tyrant Guard from Brawler. And a Zone Thrope on the way. But they lost their Ravener Brood. You see the remains of them here. There's that Lictor Alpha jumping on the Shuriken. Right Lance getting shots in now. Doing some good DPS. Dark Creepers are off the field though. So I don't think they're going to be able to take down this other Tyrant Guard here. Some good damage against the Lictor Alpha. Got him off the field. Haywire ready. If they can haywire this, and the Bright Lance did stay in play, there's the haywire. It's still charging out though. They've got it really low. Can they finish it off? The turn against taking the east side. VPs aren't that far apart. 343 to 374. Tyrant Guard lives. It's kind of idle right now. There you go. You got to move, buddy. There's some stuff here. Warp Spider Exarch goes after it. Goes into shield wall just in time, which gives it vehicle armor and a bunch of health regen. Makes it much harder to deal with, especially if we don't have anti-vehicle weapons. Venom Brood there, caught out in the open against the Falcon. And a bunch of other angry Eldar stuff. Warlock getting some decapping done. Has the warp throw. I just heard a flesh hook, didn't I? I think I did. Not sure where it was here. It was the Warlock getting flesh hooked. Brawler's Lictor Alpha did go down. And the Eldar are taking the east side. Can they hold on? Autarch on the field for Adila now. Getting her Executioner Spear. It's not a suppression platform. Don't listen to that. There we go. Oh, don't read that, I should say. Those tooltips are sometimes completely nonsensical for war gear and stuff. And unit upgrades. 330 to 361. Do you have range synapse? You do. Something got on the VP. It was the Autarch. Kicking off on the east side. We have a Capillary Tower. We have a Tyrant Guard running on in. Oh, is that Doom? That's Doom on the Tyrant Guard. And a Spirit Stone's Heal going off too. Doom from the Doom Bringer, of course. Autarch jumping in on the Zone Throat. Gene Stiller's getting dealt with. Zone Throat puts the shield up. But I'm not sure if they've... Oh, they have. Lictor Alpha gets the flesh hook on the Autarch. Formagaunt Brood do not get away. Bad fight for Brawler. Here we see the Doombringer. And here also we see the Rune Armor. Triple cap now for the Eldar. They really have stabilized and turned this around, dealing some serious damage to the Tyranid armies. This is the Tenso's Tyrant Guard. Yeah. Not sure if they have the raw DPS to take it out without anti-vehicle weapons. Autarch could get a fusion gun here. GG says Brawler. But they are very, very low. But their allies are doing well. They have a Carnifex up. And they're on the natural VP. Eldar turned it around on the east side. But elsewhere, still under huge pressure. They're going to get a full power bash, I would think. They're trying to finish off this Tyrant Guard. But it's just healing through all this piercing damage. And the plasma damage even. No sign of the fusion gun for the Autarch to finish it off. Was that damage buff enough from the Autarch? Oh, they are chipping away at it. And Guide goes up there. Guided grenade. That is a decent chunk. Here come the Gene Stealers again. And we have a Barb Strangler Carnifex on the field. 329 to 245. Can't stand here forever, fellas. Big old Carnifex behind you. Spore Mines being used. Tyrant Guard tanked so much damage there. We have a Bright Lance up here. Can that finish off the Tyrant Guard? Put Doom on it maybe? Doom might have already been used. A few more shots. Or just one more shot. Down goes the Tyrant Guard. Falcon now for Lindonin. Provides some reinforcement on this side. And Benz is still up as well. They are under huge pressure though. The middle was decapped. The natural was decapped rather. And so was the Tyranids though. Adila's Autarch is here. Carnifex on the field now from Hunter, who has a big army to manage now. East side. Farseer fighting some Gene Stealers very briefly. Gene Stealers are scary, scary melee guys. Getting messed up though by the Falcon and the Warp Spider. Now they're infiltrated. Gene Stealers naturally infiltrate if they're left idle. And I suppose capping counts as idle. The Falcon does have some anti-vehicle weaponry, so the Carnifex just can't just ignore it. Has to back away there. Here we go in the mid. Banshee's getting in amongst some Raveners and stuff. They have the aspect of fleetness, so they can't really go after the Carnifex. Got messed up in melee though. Bioplasma didn't quite hit the Falcon. That would have been nasty if it did. Tyrant Guard in amongst stuff still as well. I don't think they're going to hold this VP, you guys. 318 to 213. Eldar do have the VP lead though. Can Brawler recover? I mean, a Tyranid tier 3 is a pretty good time to recover. Just get your Carnifexes stomping around. Fire Dragons on the way for Adila. Another Guardian weapon team for Ben. Warp Spider taking some big Barb Strangler hits there. Rippers spawned in from the Capillary Tower probably. Lictor Alpha's level 4, still has that deadly jump. Here come the Gene Stealers. Not sure what this Bright Lance is up to. It's going to get eaten if it's not careful. Gets inside the Falcon. Look at these Gene Stealers go. They don't even have their heavy melee weapon. Look how much damage they did to the Falcon there. That was pretty nuts. Ben and Brood are up by the Tenso here. The Falcon survives. 263 to 213. Autarch jumping back for a little heal and stuff. Tenso now with Corrosive Claws. Brawler down to a very damaged Gene Stealer Brood here. Is that enough to push Eldar over the line? There is a double cap against them. And Tyranids in tier 3 remain incredibly dangerous, especially supported by allies. Get Carnifexes and your allies can worry about the rest. Ben just trying to hold onto this VP and his power right now. Warlock is going to get revived by Adila's Farseer. Should level her to 5. Ben's Warlock is up. Autark on the east side now getting a decap. Brawler's Carnifex is on the field. Looking delightful. I think they're going to get that. The Barb Stranger is going to hurt, but I don't think it will stop her capping. Oh, that will stop her capping though. Here's the Tyranids formation global. Big old knockbacks, big chunks of damage, and it provides buffs to nearby Tyranids, but nothing really nearby to benefit. She gets straight back onto the cap there. And they can now destroy these towers with some red. It's not bad. Rangers having a look at the mid. Strangely split up here. Get together, fellas. Have the Eldar done enough? They might have, you know. Oh, those guys got wrecked. That was Tenso's Venom Brood, I think. No, that's their warriors. That was their warrior brood. Heal, says Lindonin. It's asking for spiritual rights. There it is. Autark jumping around. She always looks so happy. Having a great old time jumping over stuff. Doesn't want to fight Jinxlers though, really. Not much does. Lictor Alpha. Got a flesh rip. That did take a big chunk of damage though before that. Teleports out. Does Lindonin. And where's the heavy gauge? No sign of it yet. Maybe when the Lictor Alpha gets closer. Is that a D-cannon getting shots in? It is. Adila has a D-cannon. Here's the Fire Dragons. Look at them go. Haywire grenade on the Carnifex too. Don't think it's going to survive. The Falcon is also firing on it. Bright Lance trying to set up somewhere else. Might not even need to. The Fire Dragons get it done with crack shots on them from the Warp Spider Exarch. GG, says Brawler again. Just got caught, isolated that Carnifex a bit. We have a Venom Cannon Carnifex for Hunter, but they've taken some damage too. Eldar powering through in a late game here. And despite that, all that early pressure, it didn't like translate into VP pressure really. They did get a good few power bashes, the Tyranids. They did kill some stuff. But the Eldar played it smart, stayed calm, got their Rangers up, got their Shuriken up, and made some good choices from there too. We now have a Fire Prison for Ben. And there's the concede. The Tyranids were just too far behind. Brawler especially had a rough time on the east side, like midway through tier 2 onwards. The Jinxlers here barely getting away. 11 hit points on 2 models. Look at these heroes. We have the Warlock level 2 with a Witchblade of Kernus. The Farseer did a lot of work. Doombringer, Arm of the Asuryan at the end, and the Spirit Stones, which were awesome. Don't think we saw the time field from the Armor of the Asuryan. At least I don't remember seeing it. Warp Spider Exarch level 7. Heavy Gauge. Group Teleport, potentially, and improved Targeters. Level 3 Lictor here. Deadly Jump and Sliding Talons. The Tenso was down on level 4. And level 3 and down was Hunter. But there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Big thanks to these players for taking part in the faction war. And Impregnable, of course, the man with the plan, for organising such things. I will see you next time.